pals, welcome, come in, grab some tea, grab a bicky, let's settle in for 10 minutes of nonsense. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mia. If you've been here before, hi, my name is still Mia, but hi to you especially. I hope you're doing well today. I know a majority of my audience are in the Northern Hemisphere, so you guys are coming into fall. I just want to take this opportunity to say, lol, sucks for you, we're just finishing our winter. I'm very ready for the warmer weather. But yeah, I know loads of you are going into winter, so I thought I would do some kind of like self-care bath time DIYs for you all so you can keep nice and cozy. And that was about all the reasoning I had behind it, to be honest. I've put a little bit of a witchy spin on it because it's October and your girl likes seasonal traffic. But yeah, these are all really simple. I hope you think they're cute. I think they're hella cute, or I wouldn't have made them. But yeah, I'm gonna stop chatting shit now. I hope you enjoy. If you do, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good day. Let's get to making. Hello friends, it's still me, it's just voiceover me. So our first craft, beautiful, I know. It's a handmade mindful colouring book. It's got so many cute gifting potentials, or you could be like me and keep it for yourself. Now, for all its beauty, this is really easy to recreate. So our first step is just to get some old paper scraps. I like to use old magazine scraps like ad spreads and shit things that I'm not going to use for anything else. But receipts, old newspapers, things like that, they all work. So you just need to rip your paper into small, roughly about an inch wide strips. And once you've got a decent amount, pop it into some sort of container, soak it with water, and leave it for a couple of hours until it gets nice and mushy. Now, once your paper is thoroughly gross and looks like the most disgusting grey beige slop, that's how you know it's time to blend it. So for this one, I'm sure you all know how to use a blender. The only thing I want to highlight is just make sure that once you've used this blender for paper, you're not using it for food anymore. Where I went wrong a couple of times with this is that I was a little bitch and I don't want to blow out my blender's motor, so I do it for 10-20 seconds. I'd be like, that looks kind of blended, and I'd be on my way and go, no, you want this to be thick. You want her to be a thick bitch. The texture we are after is pulp. We are trying to make paper pulp. Now, I actually had some roses lying around the house because, my boyfriend's worth something, I guess. So I pulled some of the petals in and added it to the mix. I had already made the pulp though, and this was just because when I popped it back into the blender, I only wanted to do it for about 2 to 3 seconds so that the rose petals wouldn't be completely blended. Once your paper's all blended, you want to pour it into a tub. You want this to be quite big because it needs to hold water, pulp, and be deep enough to submerge your mold and decor. And then just add in some water. So I tend to do like 1 part pulp to 2 or 3 parts water. It really just depends on how much water you need to make sure that the liquid is high enough to fill your mold. Now is for the fun part / the part that makes me want to jump off my balcony, and it's only a second floor balcony, so it would just hurt a lot. I wouldn't actually die. That's how much I don't enjoy this part. But yeah. You guys will. What you need to do is push your mold and decor into the water. What's going to happen is that all the pulp particles will come up through the decor. They'll come up kind of into like the bed of your mold, and you'll just swish your mold from side to side, and that will just mean that the water kind of smooths everything out for you. So what you just want to do is swish it to make it a little bit thicker, pull it up if you're happy with it and it's all in one nice flat layer, then just pull it out and pop it in the sun. If not, just pop it back into the water, swish again, and rinse and repeat until you are happy. If you do this nice and early in the day, the paper will usually be dry within a couple of hours and you can just pull it off the mold, no dramas, and go from there. Oh, eek. I thought this video was going too smoothly. So, me being the great prepared human I am not, I forgot to film this next part. Once your paper is completely dry, you want to pick a colouring sheet design that you like. I chose mine off a very specific artist on Etsy. Her work is really cute. It's also super well priced. You get, I think it's like 8 designs per pack. I found her because she does really cute notebooks. So although you can't see me doing anything, I'm just gonna flash some of her work here. But if you don't want to buy a design, you can find quite a lot of free printable designs on places like Pinterest. And from here, the rest is all just fun decoration. For the cover, I of course use my trusty vintage alphabet stamps. I love them. I use them at every given opportunity, so this was no different. And then I just did a really thin little gold edging using gold acrylic paint. I did finish the book a little bit just by adding some twine to the edges to hold it all together. Alright lovers, on to craft 2. So we're going to be making some witchy bath bombs. These have a gorgeous dark green colour, they've got dried flowers, and they turn your bath water black. I really don't know what more you want from me, guys. The ingredient list for this is pretty stripped down. You can pause the video here to get the exact measurements, but you want 1/3 cup of baking soda, 1/3 cup of citric acid, 1/4 cup of Epsom salts, 3 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, and some essential oil of your choice, as well as some black gel food colouring. And optional but highly encouraged, you can also get some dried flowers in there for decoration. Alright guys, so step 1 is just to mix in your baking soda, citric acid and Epsom salts all together. Once that's blended, melt your coconut oil and add it to the mix. You want this to be the consistency of wet sand, so not too goopy but still clumping together. Once all of that is nice and combined, just add a few drops of black food dye and some drops of essential oils to your mix. Fun fact here, Mama done fucked up the first batch royally, so by the time I got to the second one, which is what you're seeing, I'd actually run out of most of my black food dye, which is why these ended up green. The more you add, the deeper the black will be, but fortunately, even if you don't have enough to get a proper deep black colour, when you put it in the bath, it will still turn out black. Anyways, monologue about my failure aside, once you've done all of that, all you need to do is pack the bath bombs into bath bomb molds, leave them to set overnight, and you're done. These are actually so easy to make, and it's so cheap. Like, I didn't spend that much on all the materials, did 2 batches of the stuff, and have so much left over. I even went and made bath salts afterwards, and I'm still like, oh, I don't know what to do with all this stuff. Okay, and last but not least, we have our black activated charcoal bath salts. I know, you wanted more, but I don't want to edit anymore, so you've got 3 crafts. You're welcome. For this, all you need are 3 tablespoons of activated charcoal, 1/2 cup of Epsom salts, 1/5 cup of Himalayan salt, and an essential oil of your choice. Oh, and optionally dried flowers for decoration. But guys, I feel like at this point in the video, we know that everything I do optionally has dried flowers for decoration. Now, loves, I've been kind to you with this craft. It is the easiest. There is one step. Just pour everything in a bowl together and mix it. And that's it. For your essential oils, you don't need that much. You only need a couple of drops. I basically just sniff test. As soon as they smell good enough, I stop adding. The fun thing about these is, one, of course, they just look so witchy. I love it. And also, because it's a bit more unique than your typical bath salts, they make an absolutely wonderful gift. I use some recycled old jars that we have lying around because we legit hoard sauce jars. They're so handy. Popped some bath salts in there, topped it off with a dried rose head that I have lying around because of course I do, and away I went. And that concludes my mini self-care DIY series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed creating it, and I think these turned out pretty good if I do say so myself. If you try any of them, please do let me know. I love to see when people recreate things I've made. And of course, like, subscribe, all that good shit. If there is anything you want me to attempt making, feel free to leave a comment and I'll add it to my to-do list. All right, have a good day, guys.